Welcome everybody to Backlash here at France. What show we got in store for you? And let's remind you what we got in store for you. We have Thea versus Roxanne Perez, 1-on-1. We have a Women's Championship triple threat match, Rhea, Tiffany, Becky. We also have the Intercontinental Championship match, Jayne versus Logan Paul. We have a World Tag Team Championship match, Profits versus The New Day. We also have a Women's World Championship match in Bayley versus Io Sky. We have a gauntlet match where Ron's got to defend his rematch clause. Got Kevin versus Ilya, United States title match. We have the Women's Tag Team Championship match, Jayne Bianca versus Kabuki Warriors. John Cena versus Randy Orton as John Cena's on his retirement tour. The main event, the World Championship match, Drew McIntyre versus Punk. But to start off, we had the WWE Tag Team Championship match. Jeez, that was a rattling through. It's getting a lot harder to rattle through those than it used to be. But geez, we got a long way to go, so let's start off with finding out who are going to be champions.
Is a fatal four-way tag team match, and is for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 336 pounds, Axiom and Nathan Frazer. Fraxiom!
Of course, these two out here because they never got to use their rematch clause for the SmackDown Tag Team Champions when the SmackDown Tag Team Champions ended up fighting each other at WrestleMania. So they never got to use their rematch clause. And so here they are now using it. Supersonic Duo, and plus Frazer was on the shelf for a few weeks. Talking on the shelf, another team that was on the shelf for WrestleMania season.
And their opponents, first, at a combined weight of 469 pounds, Andre Chase and Duke Hudson, Chase University.
Look at that grin from Duke Hudson. He's happy to be here. He's happy to be on a pay-per-view. He's happy to be here in Backlash for France. In France for Backlash. Where am I going on? For Lyon here. In Lyon here. Jeez. Oof. He's happy to be here. Of course, beat Legado del Fantasma, and more specifically, Los Tafarios to get this match here tonight. One of the two contender matches out of the four people that are in here. One of the two teams actually had a contenders match to get here. You know, it keeps it interesting. Two contenders match, one a rematch clause, and then one. I suppose you could say rematch clause. Kind of work your way around. Put some numbers here, put some numbers there. Guess it kind of makes sense. I'm not going to argue too much, but I might lose my job for that. Anyways, speaking of there being two teams who are on their way, jeez, for contender matches to get there, this is that other team.
Making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 505 pounds, the team of Karl and Luke Gallows.
Of course, Luke Gallows on the right, Karl on the left. I'm sure I'll switch around in a minute. The Good Brothers, part of the OC, they were able to defeat... Jeez, what am I forgetting now? The Viking Raiders, yes, the War Raiders. They were able to beat them literally just last night on SmackDown, so barely had a know of all to know if they were ever going to be in this matchup or not. Anyways, we've got through three of the teams now for the surprise entrance that we don't know. We know Solo Sikoa found two guys to be part of his bloodline, and they're going to be competing for the titles here tonight. But who are they? I don't know. I guess we're going to have to find out in just a jiffy. There's the Good Brothers. They're waiting. Oh, okay.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 439 pounds, Tama Tonga and Tonga, the Bloodline.
Of course, you have Tama Tonga on the left, Tongalo on the right. I guess Tama Tonga's on the close and Tongalo's on the far now, I guess. Of course, former members of Bullet Club in many ways, made plenty of moves in New Japan. Now here in WWE, part of Solo Sikoa's bloodline. Geez, these are dangerous too. Solo is building up quite the army now. Geez, with adding that to the bloodline, them three, and I suppose The Rock watching over a little bit. It's just become quite the force with the addition of those two Donnies being brought into this one. Anyways, of course, for the WWE Tag Team Championship match, of course, because of the SmackDown Tag Team title being a champion versus champion match at WrestleMania, Solo versus Jimmy, who were the SmackDown Tag Team champions who knocked off Supersonic Duo, it means that we never found WWE Tag Team Champions at WrestleMania. So that means there is unless somehow we get some weird draw somehow, we're going to get new champions here tonight. No guaranteed. I think that's why they decided to start off the show with this. Whoever comes up with this, I don't know for sure. I just listen and speak. Jesus, Andre Chase already looking to get up a quick cover, of course. Do not forget, this is a 2 out of 3 falls matchup, so the team's going to get 2 falls to get the victory here tonight. Which is going to be hard enough with all the chaos that's happening in the ring right now that I just got no chance of calling it. There's yeah. Just they need 2 falls somehow, which one's going to be difficult enough as it is. You know, we'll see. Like I said about the whole Bloodline situation, just I think I mentioned the solo about being one half the SmackDown Tag Team Champions when it got retired, and it was supposed to turn into WWE Tag Team Championship match, WWE Tag Team Championship, just like the Raw Tag Title match became a World Tag Title match at WrestleMania, with the Profits taking on the New Day, when New Day were able to recapture that title, of course, a rematch later tonight. But yeah. So, and The Rock was like, oh, Solo, you can either go in with a new tag team partner, or you can get 2 guys of your own, and that can be the final spot. And so I was like, I had 2 guys in mind, and you found Breeze next week and said the 2 guys are here in France, and they'll see you tomorrow at Backlash. Breeze wanted to know who they were, but Solo Sikoa said no. And, I don't think you want to cross Solo Sikoa too much. Oh, jeez, Frazer, jeez. Oof, you never know quickly there's going to be some random person pinning someone somewhere, like Luke Gallows right here, jeez, kick out there by Axiom. I said, so yeah, you know who Solo speaks for, you know who he's aligned with, so nobody really wants to mess with him. Jesus, that stop sign! I can't tell. I think that definitely looks like a stop sign that I believe Tonga is just unleashing on everybody right now. Jeez. Yeah, of course I'm on a tiny monitor type situation. It's not the screen's, well, I'm on a big monitor, I guess, but the video doesn't actually cover all the screens, so I'm looking. And I'm a decent bit away from it, so it's hard to tell sometimes who's exactly doing what. But geez, I just saw Chase U just take down Tonga. Geez, oh no, sorry, that was Tonga, I think. They're wearing the same outfit. Oh geez, see a stop sign going flying. Geez, there's definitely set up. Geez, I didn't see that. I think that was Tonga. I think. Geez, I don't know. Ball for Andre Chase now. Oh no, that was Tonga that went flying. Yeah, I could tell now. Now we've got a bit closer. Jeez. Oh, what a cut there by Tonga. Jeez. Doof. Everybody's just battling around it. There's a lot of red in there. There's a little bit of blue from the Luke Gallows and Karl. It's Elimination Chamber all over again. Everybody was wearing red at that point. But no, we're back here again when most people are wearing red again. Jeez. Oof. Oh, jeez, Axiom's got the stop sign now. Jeez, I just see that stop sign just going flying everywhere every minute, I swear. Jeez. I mean, you've got to be careful, though. Tonga, he's in the ring all alone with Luke Gallows. Oh, he's looking for the Tonga twist that gets him right on Luke Gallows. Oh, no, Chase doesn't realise he's picked up the megaphone. 1, 2, 3, and that's the first fall down already for Tonga, capitalising on everybody being distracted. That's the one thing, sure. It's hard because there's so many people that you could just have anybody come out from nowhere, but at the same time, that's plenty of people to be distracted by plenty of other people that could give you the perfect opportunity to get that cover, just like Tonga did right there to Luke Gallows. Tonga played that perfectly. And he's already got the first fall for the Bloodline. Everybody else is now on catch up. Jeez. Here's all the chaos back in the ring again. There's a table. I thought it was a kendo stick for a minute then, but it's just part of the apron on the other side of the ring, the white bit. I thought that was a kendo stick. Jeez. Oh, what's going on here? Jeez. The Tonga's just been landing on the table. Jeez. Oh no, a Tongan twist by Tonga. Jeez. But Axiom, sorry, Frazer breaks it up. Jeez. How am I getting Frazer and Axiom mixed up? One of them's wearing a mask. Jeez. Tonga, he's trying his hardest to get this cover on Karl Anderson, but it's just not happening. Jeez. Oh, Duke Hudson. Crucifix Bob right to Tonga lower there, jeez. But he knows there's just too many people surrounding him for him to be able to get that cover there, jeez. He just knows it's not worth the effort, jeez. Oh, Frazer was in a position there that maybe he actually nearly pinned Andre Chase, the referee knows. But I feel bad for him, man. He's got to keep on top. There's so many people. Oh, there's a traffic cone in there. What was the traffic cone doing in there for? Oh, I don't know. Oh, jeez. Belly to belly. Jeez. Oh, we're zooming out now. That's not good. Jeez. Chaos is happening. I can tell you that much. Jeez. Oh, I mean, of course, like I said, there's some issues. It was the Bloodline that took out Chase U. And, of course, also the ones that took the titles off Superstar Do. Of course, it was Solo and Jimmy at the time. But Bloodline's still the Bloodline. And, of course, they kind of, you know, Solo seems to be the leader. So, strike a blow to him a little bit. So, you know. Oof, Axiom gets whacked through the table there. Chase U and then Superstar Do will have a little bit of venom towards the Tongans. So, you know, there's a little bit of a history there, a little bit of rivalry there too, I guess. Just to add some extra interest to it. I just forgot to mention earlier on. I'm glad I mentioned it now while the match is still going on. Jeez. I don't think Tonga got all of it, but he must have got some of it. Gee, oh! Karl gets the spy buster, but Tonga low with that Rikishi driver. Jeez! Oof. Of course, had to stop Karl from pinning Tonga. As Frazer's back in. He doesn't want to get his tag partner. Get done in there. Jeez! Tonga low with a spear, I think. I know I didn't quite see it. Jeez, Tonga. And a flapjack there by Frazer. Jeez. Oh, jeez. What's going on here? I don't even... Is that trash can I see? Was that stop sign? I don't know. There's something well far in the distance. I think, like, on the back of the barricade. I think that's a trash can. I think. I don't know. Anyway, jeez. Tonga. Just puts that. I've missed both tail breaks now. I've just noticed the rubble afterwards. How have I missed them both times? Actually, was there even... I'm pretty sure there was one prior. I'm sure there was. Maybe I'm imagining it now. I don't know. Of course, so many matches is all blown together. But, jeez, it just points out the chaos there. It's just hard to speak on top of everything. It's, jeez, Axiom just trying to clock someone with a traffic cone. I just saw that go flying. Jeez. Oh, he's put it in the ring now. Jeez, all right, 200 Chase. Well, there's another table now in play, at least. I don't know. He's done one. Oh, kick out there by Andrew Chase. Jeez. Oh, just so hard to keep on top of everything. Now everybody's back in the ring again. It's just pure chaos. Jeez. Golf. I'm not even sure what's cool, what move to call, what who I should be focusing on. I just saw traffic cone being picked up. Oh, Tonga with another. Tonga twist. Right to Andrew Chase. Oh, Frazer. 1, 2, and I think you know it's 3! The Tongans are able to pull that off. Jeez. I think they were the only two to get a fall in that one. I think Tonga got both of them, actually. Tonga, the MVP. He got a pin over Andre Chase and Luke Gallows, I believe. Fair play. I was expecting way more falls in this matchup. But the Tongans, I think they've come up with a clean sweep. Tonga's come up with a clean sweep. But to be fair, it doesn't matter which member the Tongans got it. Yeah, it just matters that they got it. And they certainly have done tonight. Geez, so I'm sure Solo Sikoa and more importantly, I think The Rock is going to be very, very happy with the Bloodline here tonight. Getting what they wanted Roman to do all along and actually get the Bloodline some gold and not just be focused on himself and barely even doing a good job at that. They're actually getting some gold here tonight in the inaugural, at least kind of, WWE Tag Team Champions.
Here are your winners and new WWE Tag Team Champions, Tama Tonga and Tama, the Bloodline.
Well, the Tongans, as the surprise entrance for this match, and they were able to walk away, I would say, decently, dominantly, your new WWE Tag Team Champions. Anyways, up next, we have Thea versus Roxanne Perez 1-on-1. Roxanne looking to prove that she is the prodigy that she claims to be. Thea looking to have another underdog style matchup. It's going to work out here right now.
The following is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring, representing Chase University from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania,
Thea run down to the ringside accompanied by her tag partner, Jacy, Jayne. Of course, these lot were former women's tag team champions at one point. Used every match close at WrestleMania in that four-way ladder match for the women's tag team title. Unsuccessful there. But yeah, there seems to be a bit of tension building between those two, so I don't know how well they do with the women's tag team champions whenever they next go for it. But just how the Thea going for some single stuff right now. Like I said, they're not happy with the... she wanted to kind of like congratulate Roxanne in a lot of ways for getting the submission victory over Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. So that seemed near stupid to just even request a submission match, and Roxanne won. And Thea Hale was kind of relating, and Roxanne wasn't too happy about that. And so that's kind of how this match came about in a lot of ways. Thea Hale kind of, like I said, a little bit of an underdog story considering that Roxanne did tap out Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. And Roxanne putting down Thea's prior accomplishments.
And her opponent from Laredo, Texas, Roxanne Perez.
Well, as Roxanne Perez comes down to the ring, like I was saying about the whole Thea Hale putting down, like Roxanne putting down Thea's prior accomplishments. I mean, talking about the women's tag team champions and like winning that, defeating Shayna Baszler when Shayna Baszler seemed near unstoppable at one point last season. Put down Piper Niven too. Attempts to put down Nia Jax. You know, Roxanne was just putting it all down, saying there were nobodies. Like I said, Roxanne defeated Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania with a crossface. You know what I mean? Roxanne's just saying that, sure, like, I'm just on another level to you. And clearly right now she's on the second rope, but you know, literally, but yeah, I've got to give it, sure, Shayna Baszler and Piper Niven were tough, but that's one thing. Another thing is tapping out Ronda Rousey, though. To be fair, Thea did tap out Shayna Baszler as far as I recall, so I can't stray away from that too much. Roxanne is being a bit full of herself, but you know, it's one of those things, I guess. Anyways, we're getting up to the first women's match of the night. Let's go! Jeez, Roxanne gets that clothesline. Yeah, Roxanne was such a nice girl like a month ago. Other than maybe some of the fights that she had with Ronda that got a little brutal in places. She just become a cocky son of a, you know what I mean? Daughter of, I guess. Daughter of a bitch. I don't know. But, you know, she's just, like I said, just become cocky and all full of herself. I mean, I get the confidence boost, but feels a tad too far in my opinion. The way that Roxanne's going about this. But I suppose it's not too bad to have some confidence, but like I said, in my personal opinion, I think it's gone a little overboard. Proven right here, as she's completely not focused on Thea Hale. Jeez. And it may end up costing her many opportunities, but maybe that might at least bring it back down to earth a little bit. Jeez, Thea Hale bringing out a moonsault very quickly there. Jeez, Roxanne maybe regretting taking Thea Hale lightly, gets that close on. Jeez, and a double axe handle, of course, like you can see over there, Jayne watching on. Bit of an argument we shared with Thea Hale last week because Thea was like, oh, I have a match with Jacy. And Roxanne was like, what? She thinks I'm not a coward too? She thinks I'm weak too, you know, alright, off face. So Jacy's like, I don't want this to Thea Hale. She's like, I don't want this match, yeah? Why you give it to me? Feels like, oh, she just wants, you know, to be able to study her a little bit and, you know, they're supposed to stand up for one another. And kind of, I don't know if she purposely guilt-tripped her, but at least I think she did guilt-trip Jacy. Either unintentionally or unneedingly. I don't think Thea Hale meant it. Jeez, that powerbomb by Roxanne. So, kick out there by Thea. I don't think she meant to guilt-trip her, but Jacy felt guilty. And so, she kind of went along with the match, and it didn't end up well for her. It was a decently dominant match by Roxanne. I say it was the most dominant match we've had this season. It was Roxanne beating Jayne. So Jacy's probably not too happy about all that situation. As Roxanne just said, Thea Hale crashing into the barricade there. Jeez. Yeah, one of those things. Maybe that fence can be mended a little bit. They always seemed a bit of an odd couple to begin with. So, you know, but they won the Women's Tag Team Champions. They won it off Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark, who seemed undefeatable at one point. Other than when that one time Chelsea Green rolled up Zoe Stark. So, you know, they were able to do that. They went on, they retained against Chelsea and Piper. Like, on the build, on Survivor Series, that was the whole thing. Thea beating Piper on the build. They had that three-way match at Royal Rumble. They survived that as Roxanne Perez goes to cover. One kick out there, I believe it was the way being Indy Hartwell, Candice LeRae, and Unholy Union, Alpha Fire and Isla Dawn were in that Royal Rumble one, and then they ended up losing in the Elimination Chamber to the Bloodline, who the Bloodline attacked them quite a lot, so, and they had a 3-on-2 handicap match on the go home, so they were kind of bad going into that matchup, but then, like I said, the rematch caused the WrestleMania used, while, like I said, Nia Jax and Tiffany defended. I haven't got their rematch clause, but we haven't seen too much of them lately. We haven't seen any of them at all since then. And then Jade, Bianca, Asuka and Kairi. Asuka and Kairi, of course, the winners of that match. They'll both be facing off later tonight. Those were the other two teams in said matchup. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of a thing, because there was a bit of a feud between the SmackDown teams and then the feud between the Raw teams. And also Perez goes to cover G's kick out there, so we haven't quite got a full-on tag match at any point between the Kabuki Warriors and Jayne and Bianca, so getting that here tonight is very much a long time coming, it feels like. Whereas Roxanne having a bit of an argument with Jacy, maybe Jacy feeling like, maybe she feels like she needs to step in a little bit, because Thea's getting her ass handed to her a little bit right now. And maybe Jacy's not too happy about the way she lost to Roxanne how easily. But I think Thea appreciates what Jayne getting involved in Roxanne. Perez going to take advantage of Thea being distracted by Jacy's distraction to Roxanne. That happens very rarely, but it does happen. Happens to the Judgment Day. Of course, nearly the entirety of the Judgment Day in action tonight. Except for Finn Balor, who's currently injured. Who, because he's injured, Rollins is now in that Golden match. He has to defend his rematch clause. As a punishment, as Roxanne goes to come after that frog splash. It's like bad had to deal punishment all those months ago. Of course, I'll get into that later. And of course, we repeat in the match next. Triple threat women for the women's world title. Like I said, get into more of that later. Roxanne Perez tried for the figure 4 head scissor. Is that considered a figure 4 head scissor? I believe it is. It depends how she holds her legs. She crosses them down below Thea's neck, or one goes hooks around and the other one just stays straight. Anyways, Thea getting that roll on Roxanne Perez. Thea having a chat with her and Jacy. Jeez. Thea, go Roxanne takes advantage here. Get a Thea distraction to Jayne. That's Thea's just not too happy with the way Jacy's been laying a part in this match as Roxanne Perez gets that handspring senton type situation, whatever you want to call it. 1, 2, kick out by Thea. Jeez, Roxanne Perez. Like I said, Thea has had some decent spouts here, but it's definitely been more Roxanne's matchup, proving why she is the prodigy. Oh yeah, again, Jacy arguing. I think that this Thea literally asked her not to do this like about 5 seconds ago. And Jayne already ignoring her. Just trying to give Thea the chance to recover. Thea, she's maybe planning on using it against that clothesline to Roxanne Perez. And now Thea telling Jayne to stop. Roxanne's already back up to her feet and she knows what's going on. Oh! Jayne's just been ejected! Jeez! Thea, jeez! Just going up to the ref, trying to apologise to Robinson. And Roxanne Perez. I think Thea was trying to keep Jacy here to apologise or something, I don't know. Either way, Roxanne Perez taking advantage of Thea Hale's involvement and just everything Jayne in this matchup. Roxanne Perez taking advantage. Maybe knowing that's all she had to do was just get inside the head of Thea Hale. Jeez, the frog splash off the top by Roxanne. Goes to the cover. 1, 2. Kick out there by Roxanne. Maybe, like I said, that's maybe all she thought she needed to do was literally just get enough of a bit of a wedge between Thea and Jacy. And just strike Thea for the match, but Jacy's there, and then when Jacy leaves, that'll just weigh on Thea's mind. So that's all Roxanne's got to do, is she goes to the cover after that DDT. Always love that DDT. 1. Oh, I don't know. I don't know quite know why I love that DDT, I just always have anyways. Thea Hale kicked out. Got some fight left in her, but to roll Thea outside. He's taking it. Jeez, my apologies. Oof, I'm tired, man. There's Roxanne Perez. Jeez, eyeing up Thea Hale. Jeez, Thea Hale carries that one. Thea Hale going flying. Jeez, Roxanne Perez backsteps. Jeez. Roxanne just taunting her. Thea's not going to take that lightly. Jeez, the drop kick. He's getting that senton again to Roxanne Perez. He's springboard on the bottom rope. Another senton right to Roxanne. Jeez. Thea Hale's getting all fired up. Looking for kicks in midsection. Corkscrew. Neckbreaker right to Roxanne Perez. Goes into the cover. Cover to the leg. 1. Oh, jeez. Roxanne instantly to the ropes. Jeez. Thea Hale now. Oh, sentons. Roxanne right back down. Oh, that's high risk. Jeez. The legs right clocking Roxanne right in the face. Jeez, I think Roxanne might be knocked out. Jeez. A senton. Thea Hale getting another moonsault. This time hits it proper. Question if it's more or less effective. 2. Kick out by Roxanne. Good to know that she's still with us after that. They're knee and shins to the face. The one knee shins to the face, actually, I think. Anyways, Thea Hale getting that exploder suplex right to Roxanne. Jeez, but look at the damage that's been taking toll of Thea Hale during this matchup. Roxanne's done her job, I guess, at least a little bit. Right now, still needs to get the win though. Thea Hale's the one on the advantage right now though. Oh! Spoke too soon. Roxanne press, jeez. Getting the Fez press. Just unleashing right now, Thea Hale. Jeez. Oh. Now just unleashing some stomps now, jeez. Now Roxanne stalking Thea. Jeez. Roxanne. Oh. Shout out to her mentor, the bookend. Right. To Thea Hale. And with that, as Roxanne just closed the book on this matchup. Put it to an end, maybe. I don't know. Roxanne Perez. Oh, maybe clearly not done. Drag Thea Hale into centering. I think she's planning on doing what she did to Jacy, Jayne, jeez. Pointed Thea Hale right to the runway. Showing them exactly where Jacy went. And Roxanne now locking this crossface in tight. Jeez. Oh, but Thea's trying to wrench out of it. No, Roxanne wrench it back again. And Thea has forced her tap out. Jeez, Roxanne Perez. Yet again, proving why she is the prodigy. Was able to play the mind games. Was able to use Jacy Jayne against Thea Hale. Was able to beat Thea Hale. Like I said, Roxanne wouldn't necessarily consider that an underdog matchup, and I definitely wouldn't either, but nonetheless a win over Thea Hale, especially the strong singles run that she had last season, I'd say. Still an accomplishment to say the least, and a win at Backlash pay-per-view. Just when King and Queen of the Ring, of course Queen of the Ring a bit more important to Roxanne Perez, I'd imagine. Coming around the corner. Perfect time to get some huge momentum and a huge momentum that this would have given Roxanne Perez, to say the least, on top of the win she got on the last episode of SmackDown against Jacy Jayne. So Roxanne Perez got 2 in the win column this season. Going to be doing very good. Be weird if she wouldn't be in the Queen of the Ring after what she's been able to do this season so far already, making her mark here this season in WWE.
Here is your winner, Roxanne Perez.
Well, congrats to Roxanne Perez for getting the win here tonight. It's a well-earned victory. There was definitely some situations that went on that match between Thea and Jacy. That's definitely not going to help their relationship any further, this matchup. But nonetheless, what it definitely has helped is Roxanne Perez's momentum as she goes on this season. Anyways, up next, we had the Women's World Championship match. Sorry, not Women's World Championship match. Sorry, just the WWE Women's Championship match. That's my apologies. Let's get into it, shall we?
The following contest is a triple threat match and is for the WWE Women's Championship.
Well then, after that's done, thank you, Mr. Micro. Other than that, let's get into this, shall we? We've got 3 women to bring out here, so let's start rounding them off, shall we? Because we've got a match to get on, and it's going to be very interesting to see how the dynamics of this matchup works out, though I have a feeling, I have an idea the dynamic it might go, but I guess all we'll have to do is find out.
Introducing the challenger from Adelaide, Australia, Rhea Ripley.
Well, as Rhea Ripley's making her way down to the ring, let's see how she got into this matchup. Of course, she won the Women's Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania, which was the 3 most deserving women from Raw and the 3 most deserving women from SmackDown that hadn't yet made it on the WrestleMania card. They were given a shot in that Battle Royal. The winner got a world title match of their brand when they were drafted to the new brand this season. Of course, Rhea Ripley still on SmackDown, so that means she was pitted to get her rematch against Tiffany Stratton from all the way back at Payback. Yes, I believe so. Yes, Payback. Rhea Ripley, Tiffany Stratton. The match happened. Tiffany Stratton escaped with the win that night, and Rhea Ripley finally getting a chance to get back there because that was a rematch after Tiffany cashed her Money in the Bank briefcase during mid-match between Rhea and Charlotte, and scored the win over Charlotte, just like Tiffany did against Charlotte at WrestleMania. So Rhea Ripley she got one one-on-one match against Tiffany, and it seemed to be only still that one-on-one match because this woman got added into this matchup at the very last minute.
And introducing the challenger from Dublin, Ireland, oh man, Becky Lynch!
Well, let's talk about how Becky got into this matchup. Becky got into this matchup by, well, you know, the situation with Rollins attacking Balor, injuring him. Rhea was understandably pissed. So, she wanted a match with Becky. Bree's got it. Becky reminded her Breeze about Rhea's #1 contender spot. It was like, if I beat her, you know, down the line, you know. Bree's like, fair enough. Ended up being a double count out of that match. So we had the rematch the following week because like everybody wanted it. Rhea wanted it. And Tiffany was confused what was happening. We got it in the main event, a no count-out match to stop that from happening, and Rhea ended up getting herself DQ'd by whacking Becky with a chair. Not that Becky didn't whack Rhea with a chair first, but Becky was at least a little smart about it. Not that I'm commending her efforts, but she didn't get caught. Rhea Ripley did, with all the aggression, just started unleashing all the chair shots. Brie said, enough's enough. Becky's added into that matchup at Backlash. So that's how Becky Lynch has been added into this matchup to make it a triple threat match. So she did kind of scurry herself into this, but she's probably not at 100%. Had to be whacked with a chair a handful of times and then riptide onto it. At least I think there was someone onto it at the very least. Literally just last night. So not much chance for recovery for Becky Lynch, but you know, it wasn't too long of a matchup. So that's something at least.
And introducing the champion from Prior Lake, Minnesota, the WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton.
Anyways, I think I've kind of half explained how Tiffany Stratton got into this matchup. I mean, I told you how she won the championship. She cashed in at SummerSlam. And she retained, her last time match was at WrestleMania, where she retained against Charlotte Flair, the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble this year. So, you know, that's how Tiffany Stratton made it into this matchup. That was relatively simple. I appreciate simple. So, yeah. Anyways, of course, that is what they are fighting for, the WWE Women's Championship. Of course, over the shoulder of Tiffany Stratton. Could it be over someone else's shoulder here tonight? I guess I'll have to find out in due course. Rhea Ripley is ready and raring to go. Becky Lynch ready to go. Tiffany Stratton ready to go. Let's do this, shall we? Jeez. Rhea Ripley, charging straight away for Becky Lynch. I had a feeling that was happening. Jeez, I had a feeling. I was expecting her to be dead set on Becky because, you know, it's one of those things like I mentioned with the whole Rhea and Tiffany situation. I mentioned the Rhea and Becky situation, but I didn't mention the Becky and Tiffany situation, you know. There was a whole Becky and Tiffany rivalry that started at the end of Money in the Bank, like the Money in the Bank match that went over to SummerSlam. Oh geez, Tiffany Stratton just slapped Becky Lynch, but now trying to get the pin on Rhea Ripley. Yeah, that ain't happening. It's way too early. You know, got to roll up on Becky. Becky always wanted the rematch, so it was between Becky and Rhea to find out who would get a shot at Tiffany first. Rhea won that one. Then Becky had to work her way through everybody, including Rhea Ripley at one point, to get back to Tiffany Stratton, and she eventually did. So yeah, that's kind of how, and still lost that match anyway. So there's plenty of history between Becky and Tiffany. You know, Tiffany pushed her luck with Becky quite a few times, and now Rhea and Becky just letting go. Jeez, it's Tiffany Stratton just taking off that table for her reason. Maybe a little bit of frustration, like I said. She was kind of a little annoyed by the possibility of a triple threat match at this point. As Tiffany Stratton just brought a kendo stick, jeez, taking it right on Rhea Ripley, like reminding her that she's in this matchup too. At least not seeming like she might not take it the Logan Paul direction, which is what Tyler Breeze suggested to Tiffany Stratton. Like, you saw how well the triple threat. I just realised that kendo stick must have broke over the back of Rhea Ripley. Jeez. But how well it worked out for Logan Paul. He just let the other two fight because of how much they hated each other. He just let them two fight and he was able to get away with the win quite easily. Tiffany Stratton could definitely do that, but maybe she's a little too eager to get it done. But Logan Paul has a bit more patience, I think. I don't know, maybe, but I don't know. Their egos are probably a tad different. Anyway, Rhea Ripley's back in. Jeez! It was Tiffany time. Sorry, now it's Rhea time. Jeez. Rhea just taking her down. Kicking Becky Lynch. Yeah, she's just more focused on Becky right now. She could not care less about Tiffany. Sure, they have history, but she is more dead set focused on Becky Lynch right now. As Rhea Ripley just looking to just toss her out of the ring, just trying to keep her down. But Becky's got a batter right to the face of Rhea. Jeez. Becky getting a bit of revenge from those chair shots last night on SmackDown. Tiffany Stratton back in, does of course not want to drop her title. That's one of the things. She can be a bit peaceful about certain things and kind of let them two fight well. peaceful. She could be a little, like, passive about it, you know what I mean? She could just let them two fight, but she's got to be careful about them trying to score a winner over the other. If the referee just stopped Becky from using that best fight. Now she's got it. Jeez, just taking it right to Tiffany. She's trying to keep her down so she can start unloading on Becky Lynch. Jeez, and more. Jeez, right up Becky Lynch. Tiffany, no Rhea, ain't having any of that. And just tossing Tiffany over the other side. And now Rhea realised that Becky Lynch is right out to the other side, trying to get out of the way of Rhea Ripley. Jeez. As Rhea following in soon. Now Becky Lynch was playing the possum. Is now Becky's back in. Becky. Sizing up Rhea Ripley. Jeez. Becky, jeez, oh, launches out for Rhea. Maybe she was playing possum now. And now just tossing Becky Lynch. I think she's going to run those stairs too, jeez. And Rhea now just unleashing right out Becky Lynch, of course. This triple threat match, as you can tell by now, of course, no disqualifications. No countdowns. Jeez, oh, Rhea just gets whacked in the face. I don't think, in all course, I think she maybe heard the chair, but I don't think she knew where it's coming from. Kind of partially dodged it, maybe just luckily. Not quite all of it. Rhea trying to use it right on Becky Lynch. I think trying to threat and Tiffany to stay in the ring. And I think Tiffany's obliging this time. Guess you're going to let these two fires. Becky Lynch gets that shoulder barge right on Rhea Ripley. It's a smart thing for Tiffany to do. Just stay in the ring. Just enjoy letting them two beat the hell out of each other. You know, but it's only the sure. Then she can pick the bones, but you got to be worried that if they choke her out again, and like all it takes like hopefully like explode a suplex out of the ring, and then Rhea can pin Becky because Becky's so battered because she let them fight so much. You know, it's one of those things about control and luck and all that stuff. But either way, Rhea Ripley just unleashing, still on Becky Lynch. She's just been going to town. As Tiffany Stratton, like I said, just letting them beat the hell out of each other a little bit. It's probably going to make a little smarter approach. Plus, if she gets a Rhea Ripley's way as she's Becky Lynch goes right to that barricade, she's probably going to end the ass handed to her a little bit. Just all the aggression that Rhea's trying to put into Becky Lynch, the frustration will then be put to Tiffany Stratton, which that's even more dangerous than Rhea Ripley than just Rhea Ripley in general. It's an aggressive form and just emotion, pure emotion to Rhea Ripley, you know what I mean? You know, she's Becky Lynch fighting back. At least momentarily. Jeez, oh, Rhea just had one shot and Becky's gone flying into that post. That is the strength of Rhea Ripley. It's now just dropping Becky Lynch face first onto the apron there. Is that considered the snake eyes? I'm decent with moves, but not completely. Becky Lynch, jeez, been sent right into the stairs. Rhea's just not done with Becky. Is Tiffany Stratton just letting this happen? You know, like I said, part of me doesn't blame her to be fair. She's just letting this happen. She's just letting Rhea just waylay on Becky Lynch. She might be a little too worried because, like I said, sure it's going to batter Becky Lynch down, but this is, and it might be tiring out Rhea Ripley. It's not exactly like damaging Rhea too much. Jesus, Becky's gone right to that barricade. Jeez. Oh no. Oh, Rhea's got the stairs. Jeez, just dropped her right at Becky Lynch, now just burying her under them. I think Rhea's now ready to win the championship. Oh, but Tiffany Stratton rolls at Rhea. Jeez. 1, 2. Kick out there. How's Becky Lynch been able to get in the ring? Okay, she's literally buried on the stairs. And now Becky Lynch, looking for a curve. Stomp right to Rhea Ripley. Jeez. Going to the curve, just completely ignoring Tiffany. That's how Tiffany's been the third wheel. I remember like a triple threat championship match a while ago. Like it was Bad Bunny, JD and Sheamus. So Sheamus started the third wheel. JD and Bad Bunny won the United States one. It was Rey Mysterio's had an Escobar. Yeah, now I remember that. Of course, Rivalry went to SummerSlam. Escobar won that. Eventually got a non-competitive title match like that. And the United States title match. That was also very interesting when that happened. So he kind of had the third wheel in that match. I think Tiffany Stratton probably feels like the biggest third wheel I've ever seen. The most third wheel, whatever you want to call it. It's Rhea Ripley now just going to unleash these headbutts right on Becky Lynch. Jeez. Tiffany at least allowing it for the minute. Jeez, right to Becky. And now to Rhea. But Rhea stays standing. Tiffany's a little short there. She stays standing. Jeez. Rhea still stays standing. Jeez. Oh, Rhea dodged that one. Jeez. And now just unleashing on Tiffany herself. Jeez. So Tiffany might be really careful. You might have just unleashed an unbroken. So Rhea Ripley. Jeez. Now just unleashing the back strikes right to Tiffany. Yeah, Tiffany, maybe you should have just minded your own business. Only concern yourself about business that concerns you. As a wise man once said, oh yeah, man. Anyways, Becky Lynch just got pacing the ring a little bit. Maybe I think she's planning on arming herself where Rhea Ripley is right now with this baseball bat. Rhea just unleashing. But Becky gets her right with a kendo stick right in the hip, jeez. But Rhea fighting away, jeez. Oh, what a kick right to her face. Rhea has been on another level tonight. This is just what, you know, it's like Star Wars, and like a Sith Lord could just survive like near death, like just the pure hatred that can just fuel his body for a little bit longer. I'm kind of seeing Rhea Ripley in some mistakes in this right now. Jeez. And Rhea gets that riptide right into Becky Lynch. But yeah, again, Tiffany's trying to get a roll upon Rhea Ripley. Maybe she should Rhea pin Becky instead, in my opinion. But anyways, count two, but Rhea, jeez. Oh, Tiffany Stratton now, jeez, chop. But Rhea's having none of that, jeez. Ball in her head, but this match has gone on a while. But like I said, Rhea's just trying to get at Becky. Sorry, jeez. My apologies. This match has definitely not been boring. It's been a great match, jeez. I think I'm just proving that I'm a little worn out from just watching this and talking for so long. It's Rhea Ripley. Yeah, Becky Lynch counters this. Like I said, I'm slowly deciding to get worn out now. I'm sure just making it harder to talk as Becky Lynch locking in the sun. I'm sure if it's harder for me to talk, it's going to be harder for these lot to wrestle. These might have been bad there. I imagine their code is better than mine. Becky locking in this disarmer. Good. Jeez, I think Tiffany believed Rhea could get out of it. And she was right to believe. Jeez. Rhea just boots down. Becky Lynch now got a kendo stick. Jeez. Right to Becky. Jeez, done again. Done a third. Jeez, tossing right at Becky, but Tiffany trying to get that drop kick. Didn't quite get all of it, but arguably got enough of it. It's Tiffany Stratton now. Jeez. Oh, jeez. Off. I think it might have been a feint out either way. Whatever it's done, got that forearm. And that corkscrew Stratton bomb right to Rhea Ripley. Becky might not get there in time. 1, 2. Oh, jeez. I think Becky. She's really kicked out. I think Becky might have just nudged Rhea Ripley's shoulder up enough. Maybe, like I said, it's that hate and the anger that's fueling Rhea Ripley. Or, like I said, maybe Becky Lynch was able to. She nudged the pin a lot, so I think it's clear that she might have at least loosened Tiffany's grip or boosted Rhea up or a little bit of both either way. The match is still going on. I don't quite know how Rhea's back to her feet so quickly, just proving why she's the Annihilator. Why she's Rhea bloody Ripley. It's Tiffany making her way back into it. Oh jeez, she wants none of Rhea's aggression. Rhea questioning things. But no, Rhea Ripley countering Tiffany Stratton already, jeez. Becky G trying to get for a 2 for 1 there. And she got none of them. Jeez, old Rhea gets the kick down to Becky. But Rhea and Tiffany. Jeez. Well, fair play to these women. They've been fighting through all this stuff that's been happening. All these chairs, stairs, bats, kendo sticks. Been fighting on the outside, fighting inside the ring, but they are still going. I'm worn out from just commentating. I can imagine how they feel. Jeez, you know you're trying to come on, trying to resist, but oh, Tiffany Stratton, that didn't feel menacing, did it? Jeez, with that kendo stick. Jeez, right on Rhea's back. Jeez, on Rhea. Oh, what a boot. Jeez, Rhea's on another level, I swear. And Rhea just trying to get rid of Tiffany Stratton right now. They tossed her up the ramp. Becky Lynch now, jeez, no Rhea. She's on another headbutt, jeez. Who is going to get on this top? We can have a retake from Tiffany Stratton, or we can have a new champion in Rhea Ripley, who was the previous champion before Tiffany Stratton, or we can have a competing champion that hasn't been champion in a while, Becky Lynch. Either way, Rhea Ripley's got that bat, and it's going to be no good for either of her opponents right now, as Becky's just rolled to the outside, just maybe out of pure instinct to save herself. Rhea just now unleashing that bat shot right. Becky, but jeez, Tiffany! Didn't quite get all of it, but she clearly got enough of it to knock down Rhea Ripley, but Tiffany's feeling the effects of that one. Jeez. Tiffany back up to her feet. Probably looking to capitalise on Becky Lynch, considering Becky Lynch is taking enough runs to beat in this matchup, I'd say. I'd definitely say Rhea's done the most damage to Becky. Oh, Becky looks in the disarmer, but Rhea Ripley's there. Definitely the biggest formation of Rhea doing the damage to Becky, but it's still going to be a decent amount of there for Becky doing damage to Rhea, and then, you know, Tiffany's doing some okay damage, but, you know. Either way. Sorry, jeez. Can't help it, jeez. Becky just rolling around with Tiffany Stratton, jeez. Oh, Rhea's got the baseball bat, but Becky saw it, but wasn't able to avoid it that time. Jeez, the Becky rolls, jeez. Shot didn't quite get all of it, but maybe got enough for it, jeez. Becky, she's trying her best. Jeez. Well, clearly not enough right now, jeez. Oh. Tiffany Stratton escapes back into the ring. And Rhea Ripley now just a two-handed choke slam right to Becky Lynch. Jeez. When will this match end? Maybe when Rhea Ripley feels like Becky Lynch is dead, maybe. Jeez, the way she's been treating it for the most part. Other than one time she tried to bury her under the stairs, but it wasn't quite enough for what Rhea Ripley wanted. Rhea just tossed out Tiffany Stratton again. Jeez. And Rhea now just stomps right to the face to Becky. Jeez. And Rhea now just unleashing on Becky right to the face. Jeez. And Rhea now getting primed and ready for Becky Lynch right now. Jeez. Looking at keeping the midsection for Tiffany Stratton, and she's back in. Looking for that rip tie right to Rhea Ripley. So right to Becky Lynch. As Tiffany taking advantage of Rhea Ripley, sending it to the outside. Tiffany Stratton looking for the prettiest moonsault ever. I think that's very much shades of SummerSlam. Very similar situation. Ref gets into position 1, 2, 3. Tiffany Stratton yet again escapes with the win over Rhea Ripley. Rhea not going to be too happy about that one, to say the least. Oh, don't know quite what happened on the replay. We had a technical glitch earlier. We're clearly having in this matchup. We do apologise for any technical glitches happening in this matchup. But either way, fair play, Tiffany. She played it the way Breeze kind of partially suggested, and it works out well.
Here's your winner, and still the WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton.
Anyways, thanks for watching this part of Backlash. And congrats to Tiffany Stratton, and hopefully you'll join me for the next part of Backlash here in France.